Hi, it's Gemma. This episode comes with a warning of strong language, honest opinions, and some topics that you might find upsetting. But that's why you love us. We can't help but overshare.
Hi, I'm Lauren,
And I'm Gemma,
and welcome to the Oops, We Overshared Again podcast.
where we can't help but overshare.
We're so rubbish at this.
Fucking started yet?
Welcome back, everyone. We're back. Finally. Do you know, I looked just before we came on here at the last episode we did. Do you want to roughly guess what the last thing we spoke about was?
First trimester. It was.
Yeah,
The
it
first
was.
trimester of the baby that's just turned one.
Yeah, well, yeah. Over a month ago. Yeah,
Whoa.
it was series 4, episode 7, first trimester recap. That was the last episode we did. I have come to a realization that we always decide to start podcast series at really stupid times because we decided to do it when I first announced my pregnancy, but then I ended up being pregnant and it being difficult, as you know.
Yeah.
Then we decided to do an episode, a series when I gave birth and it just never happened. Then we decided to start a series when we first found out you were pregnant.
Yeah.
Stupid
Oh,
idea.
spoiler alert, I'm pregnant.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But we decided to do that then. And
Yeah.
obviously then morning sickness came and we never did it. And then now, here we're sat on the 26th of March. You're 4 days away from your due date and we're deciding to start a new series. I mean, make it make sense.
Why not?
It'll be fine. We'll probably get like 2 episodes in and then we'll have to break, but that'll be also okay. We'll be here for episodes as and when, but we have a lot of updates for today.
Loads to update you
So
on.
many updates. We thought we'd just do a bit of a general update today, so you know where we're kind of at, because it's
When
been,
did the last one go on?
I think it was like October 2023.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 18th of October 2023. So
Okay.
things have happened. Let's start with you, because as you've just said, up
I
the
am
duff.
pregnant. Up the duff. I'm also married now.
You are married now. That is also on my list.
Yeah.
You are. Well, actually, they connect nicely. So do you want to talk about your wedding day? Because that connects
It
lovely
was
to the past.
cute. It was very cute. Lauren was my witness.
I was. I was a
She
witness.
was.
I got
You
asked.
know what else I thought of the other day? Do you remember that thing? I was like, can you come round in the morning? Because I really want to record that reel from the Princess Diaries. We've never done anything with that.
No, we haven't. To be fair, it was a mad rush that morning, wasn't it? And
It
it probably
was.
wasn't the best setup in the end anyway. But yeah, we
It was.
recorded a
But
reel.
it was fun. Um, yeah, I got married. It was lovely. Very beautiful day
It
back in
was.
July. Um, I had said before, we all know that I am very apparently good at manifesting things. So I was gonna conceive a baby on my wedding night, and what do you know? Conceived a baby on my wedding night.
Did. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe she's been going on about this for ages, being like, I'm gonna have a baby on that day. I'm ovulating on that day. Bloody bloody blah.
But I wasn't actually ovulating, was I?
I
And
can't
then
remember.
you messaged me and you were like, and I was like, oh, I'm too tired for that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I messaged you again. I was like, oh, I just did it.
We just did it anyway.
you know. And
It,
it was a good one. I don't know what you want to call it. It was
yeah.
successful.
Overall, it was a great day,
It
basically,
was a
because
great
not
day.
only
I
did
got
you get married,
married, I got pregnant. What
yeah,
more could you want out of life?
yeah. Going back to the wedding day quickly, I loved it because I was obviously there, as Jem said, I was there in the morning with her getting ready, and me and Nova went, and then obviously Jem was having her hair and makeup done with a couple of friends as well, and Ben and Elliot were there as well.
They were.
And we were talking, and then Jem just out of nowhere asked me to be her witness, and we both got a bit emotional. And
It
then
was
I actually wore Jem's engagement ring
Yes, you
throughout the
did.
day because obviously Jem didn't want to be wearing it during the ceremony. And then I didn't give it back till after dinner, I don't think. But I
No,
was
you
walking
didn't.
around, obviously not engaged at this point, walking around with my hand everywhere, being like, yes, yes.
Jamie, look how good this
I
looks.
was like, this is my hand, this is my and then I remember coming up to you, being like, I'm gonna forget to give it to you otherwise, and giving it to you, going, I don't want to give it back.
I mean, you got your own now.
I have got my own. But anyway, let's carry on with you. So, up the duff
With child, yes.
with
With
child.
child. Due on Saturday.
You on
Today
Saturday.
is currently Wednesday.
Today's currently Wednesday. Again, ridiculous time to start.
Why not?
Happy to share what you're having,
A little girl.
little girl.
Although I do keep thinking to myself, what if she comes out a boy? I mean, if she does, she does. It is what it is. All of her clothes are pink, her room's pink. Good luck to her. Him, her, whatever. But yeah, little girl. We
Mm,
have no names, as you know. Elliot's very excited.
yeah.
I'm like nowhere near, we were just saying this before, nowhere near as anxious as I was when I was pregnant with Elliot.
No, you've done really well.
But equally, am I looking forward to giving birth? Can't say I am.
No, but I don't think that's. I think you were weird for quite enjoying it last time. Like we've spoken about this on the podcast. That episode
I
was.
know. I'm just a bit like, why? Why have I got to push a baby out of my vagina?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I don't want to do that again either.
No, and I said this to Ben the other day. He's like, you know, you could do it. I was like, I can fucking run a marathon. I don't want to do that either.
Mm.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it's hard work and it's painful and it's
Yeah, and tiring.
emotionally a lot.
Hmm.
It's a big thing. And I don't think, like I said to you this morning, I think it's normal that you're feeling a bit like either anxious, don't want to do it, whatever it is, because it's like a freaking ridiculous thing that you're about to do. Like, it's insane.
But also, don't you think it's a bit like we have no way of knowing when? And as someone who is inherently anxious and a bit of a control freak, I could literally go into labour right now.
Yeah, I found that really, oh my God, that would make a great episode.
I could go into labour in like 3 weeks' time. Who knows? Like literally, you're like, it's a day by day case scenario.
How are you finding that with going out and about? Because I found that really hard.
Oh my God, did I tell you what happened to me yesterday?
I don't think so.
Right. So yesterday I went because I had my maternity photo shoot, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right. So also for other context, talk about lastminute.com. I did have a photo shoot booked with someone, but the day before it transpired that the style of maternity photos I wanted, she no longer offered. Anyway, found someone else, was meant to go last week. She was sick. It got rescheduled to yesterday. Did finally go. Great. So I got up in the morning, went and had my hair blow dried. The same place we went actually when we went for
Mhm.
my engagement party. And went and had my hair blow dried. Then I went and met a friend. We went and had something to eat. It's very nice. Um, the baby's enjoying this conversation. She's moving, which is good. Um, Afterwards, I walked back to my car and some fucking bellend has parked literally like even if I wasn't pregnant, I think I would have struggled to get in that car. So I'm like, right, okay. So I'm like shimmying across, trying to get in through this little gap. And you can't suck your belly in, can you? And like it's not like a it's hard.
I
Like for
don't think
people who haven't been pregnant before, it's like it's not like when you're just a bit chunky and you can just like bit in. It's rock hard. So I'm trying anyway. No, trying a different angle. No. So and I've got my big Stanley, right? I'm like, I'm trying to carry that as well. So I'm like, I've wedged the door open a bit. I'm fucking hit the car next to me. I don't give a shit. Like, you shouldn't park like a twat. Just managed to put my cup in the cup holder and it's fucking fallen over, Lauren. So now the stand is pissing water out in the footwell of my car and I can't now reach in to pick it up because I can't reach in because my belly's in the way. So at this point, I'm just like, what is life? And there's this it's this woman with a disabled mum getting into a space behind me. And I went up to her and I'm really sorry. I'm upset at this point. I'm emotional anyway, I'm hormonal, but this was a very stressful situation. I went, can you get in my car for me, please, and reverse it? Because I can't get in my car because my belly's too big. And bless her, she got in my car. She was like, there's water all over your seat. Have you got a cloth or something? I was like, I really haven't. So she sat in my wet seat and reversed my car for me so I
Oh,
could get in it. How
that is
nice.
really nice.
Really nice. But And then bless her, I mean, my bum was fine. My bum was not wet because her bum had absorbed all the water that was in my seat and in my foot now. I did feel so sorry for her. She's now got to walk around Tesco's or wherever with her wet trousers or whatever. Poor cow. She was really lovely. Um, but I'm like, that's now put me off going out on my own.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off anyway when people park and parent a child that don't have a child. Obviously,
Yeah.
I would park if there was a space. I feel that if you're pregnant, you've got a baby, those are the spaces that are for you. But yeah, it's really put me off again going out on my own.
You know what's absolutely fuming? I didn't know I could park in it when I was pregnant until after I'd given birth.
Oh no, yeah, you definitely can.
I didn't know that. And I got into that situation a couple of times where I got a bit stuck and couldn't really get in the car. And it's yeah, it's not it's not a fun situation. But it like you say, when you're on your own, that's then really hard. But I got just really I was scared that I was gonna have that like I mean it's so ironic when you now look at how my labour went, which we'll obviously talk about another day, but I I was scared I would have that movie water situation
Yeah.
and I would be in the middle of Morrison's and I'd be by myself and I'd be in so much pain that I wouldn't be able to get home and I'd be embarrassed and it'd be this whole situation when in actual fact, I mean, my waters never broke on their own. And you know, it didn't happen like that. But I was so scared of that happening that I got to a point where I would drive to somewhere, like I was driving to my mum's, but I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't want to be on my own for more than like half an hour unless I was at home. I got quite anxious about being out and about by myself.
I think because my waters went in labour
Yeah.
of their own accord, but still in labour. It's not so much that. And to be honest, because of how much of a slow burn I had with my labour with Elliot, I'm not too worried about going into labour when I'm out and about. It's more just that yesterday, especially, because I tried ringing Ben. Ben was on a meeting, he didn't answer his phone. I did say to him after, I'm like, if I ring you 3 times on the bounce, leave your call. It's
Yeah.
obviously important. I'm
You
heavily
could be in
pregnant.
labour.
Literally, my waters could have just gone in Morrison's and you wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but no, going out on my own. If I was going like, I don't know, say we were going to meet somewhere for lunch and we knew it was like that, something like that, I'd be fine with. Or like going round to see somebody, I think I'd be fine with. Going to the school run, whatever, because I know that the only thing that now freaks me out is going to a car park on my own.
Mm.
New fear unlocked. Um,
We'll add that to the list.
yeah, the thing is though, as well, if it happens when you've got a baby, it's not like the end. It's because I've never been so. It's so cumbersome, isn't it, having a big bump?
Mm.
Like, it's just, do you know what I mean? You can't maneuver. So, yeah, but that happened yesterday. That weren't great. Oh, was not great. And I tell you what, if the person had been in the car, I would have fucking swung the wing mirror off or something. I would have like, you know, like when you like, either you get so frustrated, it's like you're either gonna just like lose your rag or you want to cry.
Yeah. Mm.
Obviously, I chose cry because I did not choose violence, but also I just think people are so inconsiderate.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, please don't park super close to somebody's car because it's not fair.
I've also had it before where I've been with Nova and you know when you're on your own with them and they're in the pushchair and then you get to the car and someone's parked so close next to the side where they need to get in and you're like,
Yeah,
how do I do this? Because I either leave her in the pushchair by herself and reverse the car,
yeah.
or I put her in the car but not in her car seat so I can reverse the car. Do you know what I mean? Like I've now
It's
not got a way.
people can see there's a car seat in the car.
I just th those ones I find really, really like I don't actually know what to do in this situation now. I'm a bit
No.
stuck.
Again, it's easier if you're not on your own. That's why I hate going out on my own.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else though, when people park in parent and child spaces with no kids, that literally, I'm like, where's your child?
Yeah. I actually got annoyed with, I can't remember if it was my mum or Jamie. I got annoyed with one of them the other day because we were out and about. We went to Sainsbury's and I was just jumping out of the car to grab something. And whoever I was with, Nova was with us, but whoever I was with parked in one of them. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not getting out with Nova. So now I'm going to look like a dickhead. when I get out. Like, we do not need to be in a parent and child right now because Nova's not getting out of the car. Like, I don't want to get out of the car on my own and quickly run in.
They're
And
going to look at you and be like, you.
I don't need to be here. And they're like,
Where's
oh,
your
it'll be fine. And I'm like, for God's sake. But I wasn't driving, so I was like, I can't do anything about it.
I wish they'd make like, you know, like how you get like a blue badge if you're disabled.
Yeah.
I wish they'd make a similar thing for like when you have a child.
Yeah.
But say la vie.
But people would still use it when they've not got their child with them. That's the
Yeah,
thing. And do you
yeah.
know, I also get annoyed. I know you can use it. Is it 10, the cut-off? It's something like that. It's quite old to use parent and child legally.
Well, but I remember when we were like, we were in my mind, if a kid's in a car seat, that should be when you're still using it because that's when you've got to get in and
True.
yeah, which I think that's 12.
Okay.
They're not meant to be just in a car. I think legally
It's
you've
still
got
only a booster seat. You don't need much space for a child of 12.
but assume that, you know, if you were to say 12 is like that's when they've got to be in a car seat until if that was the criteria, if you was to say it like that. I'm a bit like it's when you've got like a transit van with two blokes in it in a parent and child space.
Yeah, but I even get funny with the parents with older kids. I get annoyed with them.
Oh yeah, no, I'll make you right.
I used to get annoyed, and again, was in a booster seat potentially, but I used to even get annoyed when I was with my ex with his daughter going in them because I'm like, we don't need to be in one, and we're taking it up for someone else.
Yeah.
Technically, she's allowed in one, but there's never a situation where we need one. And I'm like, just let someone else have it. It annoys me.
It's
someone that
very,
can't always
very
get.
difficult getting a baby. Like, well, as you know, like obviously Elliot's rear facing. So when we put him in the car, he climbs in the car himself, but then I have to get in, put his straps on and tighten them and all the rest of it. All same as what you have to do with Nova.
Hmm.
So it is difficult. And now, because I've got the baby's car seat in the car as well, whereas before, if there was no parent and child
Right.
available, I would just park, like try and find like an end one. But obviously I'm not going to be able to do that when I've got to go both sides. And trying to lift those like the car seats out, you need quite a bit of
Oh, so I don't do that.
oh, you've got the free thingy, yeah, the fitted one,
Yeah.
haven't you? So, well, to start with, when she's first born, I've got one of them clippy in, clippy out jobbies. But they're chunky, like you need the
Yeah.
door has to you wouldn't be able to get that out of the door only being open a little bit.
Yeah, see, I've never done that, so I can. It's tricky, but with the door just like ajar, I can do it with like Nova on an angle, like
Around.
kind of almost
Yeah.
like 3/4 turned. I can get her in. Obviously, when she was really small, and especially when I didn't know what I was doing as well. That's the thing when you've had your first child, you're kind of
Yeah.
like it takes you longer because you're and you check it more and you're a bit more thing about it.
Yeah.
Then I would have struggled more, but now I can do it kind of with one arm, kind of going through.
Yeah.
With my car, my mum's car seat. My mum has a proper ISOFIX car seat in her car for when she has Nova, and hers is a lot more stiff. Just the brand of it is a lot more stiff, and I wouldn't be able to do that with a jar. I'm just lucky that I've got like a really good like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different price wise, but it's a much easier car seat. Mine.
Yeah. Is it 360?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I love 360 we had for Elliot.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
like
I do like it, but yeah. So yeah, hopefully the baby
Well,
comes soon. Anyway, is what we're at this point. It's funny because actually for the last couple of weeks, obviously for anyone listening, like you have not been a. Hopefully the baby comes soon. You've been like, stay in there, please. Not
I'm
ready
like,
for her.
I've been easy breezy.
But
I've
now
been
it's like, come.
I'm like, yeah, I've fucking done. Last couple of days have done me head
You
in.
say you've been easy breezy. You've been like, I've got so much to do. That baby needs to stay
Oh,
put.
that kind of it. I mean, I haven't been anxious.
No, you haven't been anxious.
I've had a few sprinklings of anxiety. We've
Yeah.
had a few anxious moments, but it
But
has not
you,
been the constant anxiety I had when I was pregnant with Elliot.
but you have, and yes, it's maybe been more baby focused because you're pregnant, but you've not had more anxious moments than you have when you're not pregnant. I don't think. Not massively.
No. I've been
Because you
much
can have anxious
more
moments around your cycle. You can have anxious moments around other things that happen. So
absolutely.
actually, they're quite
I'll just make
frequent
things up to
anyway.
be anxious about sometimes, just for a laugh.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like that. It's been a while, like I really should. Otherwise, I can't call myself an anxious person.
Literally.
When does the badge get taken away, you know?
I not at the club anymore. What? Um,
Exactly.
so yeah, no, it's been great. Um, I still wouldn't say I hated being pregnant when I was pregnant with Elliot.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
I fucking hated pregnancy. I wouldn't say I've hated it, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
Am I like, oh my God, Mother Earth, love feeling life in my womb? No.
Mhm.
Don't think I'm ever going to be like that. But on a plus
Fine.
side, and if anyone else is not a lover of being pregnant, one thing I will say, I was really worried when I had Elliot that me hating being pregnant was going to mean I was going to not be a good mum or that
Mhm.
I wouldn't be very maternal or when actually I am a very scrunchy mum, not crunchy, scrunchy. And I'm like, I love breastfeeding, I love like, but do you know what I mean? I'm very much, I love being a mum, just do not enjoy the process to get there.
Though, I think with motherhood anyway, I think obviously I'm in the early bits of it anyway, and obviously there's, as are you really, in the early stages of being a parent in the grand scheme of things.
For
But
sure.
what I would say is obviously everyone always says like there are different periods that you find easier or more like harder than others, like whether it's being a newborn, whether it's that kind of like 6 month mark, whether it's a toddler, whether it's a child, whether it's a teenager. Like there are bits where there's an adult. And there are bits that you find easier, things that you find harder. And actually, pregnancy is just another one of those a little bit as well. Like you either
Sure.
find it easier or you find it harder, and that's fine. Like
Yeah.
I know that Jamie's sister really struggles with newborn. I quite enjoyed newborn. I found newborn easier than I find now. I wouldn't say I dislike now. There are many parts of it I love, but I find it more I have more moments of stress now than I did with a newborn now that she's able to move, doesn't settle, doesn't like those things I find more stressful. Whereas Jamie is coming into his own at this stage. Do you know what I mean? So we all have those
Yeah.
bits anyway. And I think pregnancy is just another one of those.
Agree. Agree.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, why don't you share some of your life updates,
Well,
Lauren? Because you've been very busy.
before I do that quickly, because I
Oh,
didn't want to leave
okay.
him out, I also wrote on here that Elliot started school this year.
He did. Oh, of course, because it was October the year before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
He started school in September. Oh.
He did. How are
And
you
it was
finding that?
well, so as Lauren knows, we didn't get out because you apply for like different schools for those that don't know.
Hmm.
And the school we were given originally was a little village school. There's only 8 kids in the class, which I thought was going to be great. Um, but it was like 35-minute drive from our house. We did not stay there very long. I also wasn't very keen on the headmaster. So we pulled him out of there and then we put him into a different school. Still 20-minute drive from my house, but not 35. And he's doing all right. He has its ups and downs, I think, as everyone finds out when their kids start school. But yeah, it's mad, I must admit, because what has it been now? Like six, probably more than 6 months, isn't it?
Um,
Halfway through.
it's about 6 months because August is 6 months to February for Nova being half a year. So it's about 6 months because it's now
We've
March.
like you because you have like your obviously Lauren being an ex-teacher, you have like your first term, didn't you? Is that up to Christmas?
Yeah,
And now we're in the second term.
yeah, until May. No, until
Right.
Easter, sorry. Until Easter and then Easter until the end.
Oh, okay. So next week's the last term then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it is mad to me how much like they learn. I
Hmm.
know that sounds really stupid. Obviously, they're going to school to learn, but it's things like his writings come on and like he's counting and like he can add and he comes out with things now, and I'm just like, that's so cute. And he loves like reading. But no, it's been an adjustment. And the other thing as well is going from a nursery setting where you get a handover every day and you get like pictures on an app and you get told how much they eat of their lunch and going from that to nothing
Yeah.
has been a bit tricky. But
Well,
yeah,
it's the first time, Mum pointed this out with Nova starting nursery, actually. She said to me, it's the first time that you're not part of everything in Nova's life. Like there's something that you don't really fully know about. And that just increases more when they go to school of like, that's a part of his life that I don't really, like, you're not really, you don't know. Like you only know what he tells you.
No.
It,
And
it's
trying to get information out of him is like trying to get blood out of a stone.
yeah,
How was your day? Good.
yeah. And he's getting
Helpful.
so much. He looks like, obviously I saw him at Nova's birthday party. Obviously that was the first time oh no, I saw him. We hung out just, was it Christmas time-ish? We went to the garden centre, didn't we, as well? So I have seen him twice recently.
And we went to, in October half term, we went to
Jimmy's farm.
Jimmy's farm.
Yeah, of course. And then obviously the wedding and
Loads. You just see him all the time.
honestly. I'm not a parent. But anyway, Elliot, I will say at the birthday party, I was like, he suddenly looked a lot older. And actually, Mum, I don't know if she said it to you, but Mum said to me, she was like, he just suddenly looks really tall. And Mum's obviously not seen him since the baby shower, so it's
No.
been over a year. But he just suddenly looks like a person rather than like a young child.
He looks like a proper little boy now.
Yeah, he does.
I know. Oh. He's so excited about being a big brother, though.
Yes. Well, he was excited before, wasn't he? And I think, was it Bluey that he was excited because of? I feel like it
No,
was,
well, because he was late talking, wasn't he?
yeah.
And one of the first things he started coming out with was, "Oh, when's my sister coming?
Yeah.
When's my sister coming? Is my sister still at the doctor's?" And I was like, "What?" He was only, well, he was well over a year ago.
But I mean this in the most lovely way. Elliot is a very creepy kid.
He is very creepy. No, he is.
He's a very creepy kid in that he remembers things from past lives and different things
He
that
does. He does. Too much.
yeah. He's a very creepy kid. But we love him.
Very creepy kid. Love that. But yes, so no, he has started school. It's very cute.
It is very cute.
But more importantly, Lauren,
Yeah.
than, what's that on your finger? What's going on?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. So yeah, I got engaged in November. Yeah, it's been a while now. Went away for my birthday. I knew it was happening.
Yeah, you did.
I fully knew it was. Jamie still is convinced I did not know. He thinks I'm lying. He thinks I'm doing that thing where I'm like, oh, I knew anyway. I'm like, no, Jamie, I knew.
Have you not shown him my messages?
I literally knew. Like you couldn't have been less
Oh,
secretive about it. But I didn't know what day it was going to happen. And we went to the Cotswolds for my birthday. And we woke up on the day after we got there and it had snowed. And I think that day he just woke up and was like, I'll do it today. And then we went to a place called Bourton on the Water, which is the reason we went to the Cotswolds. He'd seen photos of it and really wanted to go there because it's like a really like Cotswoldy little village. And we thought about, I said, oh, that would be really pretty in the snow today. And he was like, yeah, it will. But it was a bit sketchy on the roads. And I said to Jamie, I was like, are you sure you want to go? Like, we don't have to go because it was probably a 40-minute drive. And he was like, no, we'll go. And even a couple of times on the way there, I was like, Jamie, if you don't want to be doing this, like, it doesn't matter. We don't have to go just because I said it would look pretty in the snow. And he was like, no. Obviously, I was planning on proposing as well, which I obviously didn't know. And that very much caught me off guard because as well, we were also, I actually didn't expect him to do it out and about. I expected him to do it at the house because he's not a very public person. So straight away, that threw me that it was out. Like I wasn't expecting it. Like as soon as we went out, my guard was down. Oh, just smacked myself in the face. But my guard was down. And then also when he did it, we were actually on the way back to the car. So again, we weren't like
So your day was done. You were like, oh, that's been a lovely day. Yeah.
And then I kind of I was facing a different way. And I looked round and I watched Jamie like whisk out very dramatically this like piece of paper, like a very like big
elaborate.
And what I thought for a couple of weeks was that he was whisking it out and he handed it to me. And it basically said, like, will you marry my mummy? And it was like a card from Nova, basically. And then he kind of got down on one knee, but he was like, didn't want to get my knee wet. He wasn't as nice as that woman in your car, basically, is what we're saying here. She got her ass wet for a stranger.
He did.
My fiance wouldn't get his knee wet for me, but anyway, he obviously all happened, blah, blah, blah. I then rang my mum. I thought she knew. She had no idea. I was convinced she knew. Obviously, as you know, I was like, my mum knows. Everyone's gaslighting me. Everybody knows. But yeah, so all of that happened. Anyway, I found out a couple of weeks later, only when he was telling his mum about what had happened that day. This was the first I'd kind of heard of it, like listening to him retell it. he was like, oh, basically she was looking the other way. So I quickly got the card out to hand to Nova, but she turned around too quickly. So I just handed it to her. So
Oh,
that's why it was like this dramatic like moment because he was trying to do it fast to give it to Nova.
gets it.
So yeah, that happened. And yes, and we're kind of like early stages of planning a wedding, which is fun.
So fun.
Um,
So
not for a
exciting.
few years, but yeah, we're early stages of planning a wedding. I think we're pretty much. Have you listened to that bloody voice note yet?
Shit, no, I haven't. I know what you mean on Voxer. No, I'll do that after.
I think we're pretty much ready to book our venue, and we've also got quotes for certain food and things like that, which Gemma does know, but she doesn't know because she hasn't listened to my voice note that I sent 4 days ago.
No, I haven't. Okay.
But we're pretty much ready to book that, which is exciting. And then we're also, again, you don't know this because I haven't spoken to you properly. We're very much considering moving in the very near future now. We've been talking about moving house for a while now. But there's been a number of situations where we're kind of like pushing that forwards, like potentially ready to start looking in the next 2 or 3 weeks, properly putting house on
Exciting.
market. Um, but I'll go into that more another time. Um, but yeah, so a lot of big changes, and then of course Nova, the best,
Most importantly,
the best change, the best thing. Yeah.
so you've basically gone from being pregnant.
Hmm.
You and Jamie were living together, were you actually?
We would have been by October, yeah.
Like, right. So you've gone from that to buying a house together with a child, with a ring on your finger,
Yeah.
soon to be wed. All right, couple of years, but a lot
Yeah.
sooner than you were before November.
It's crazy. I
I know.
Yeah, life is just I'm literally looking right now. I've just dropped her off at nursery and there's just stuff everywhere. It's just like life. I sometimes look around the room. I'm sure I've said this to you before. I look around the room and I just think Jamie must sometimes look around and go, "What the fuck happened to my lounge?" Like 2 years ago, he was living here on his own. Every single wall in this house was like a really bright yellow magnolia color. There was no nice furniture, no anything. And then all of a sudden, there's like the walls have been painted. There's big like bookcases. We've got new sofas. Like there's toys everywhere. There's a toy kitchen in front of me. Like life is just suddenly like there's things on the
From being a
wall.
bachelor pad to a family home.
Yeah, it's it's been a very big change. But you know what? I'm loving it. And Nova's at that really fun stage at the moment where she's saying a lot more. The actions she picks up off the TV shows she watches are insane. Like the dance moves she does. They do the hokey pokey, and every day she goes, whoa! Every time she does it. And when the
She's so
wheels on the bus and the baby's going, wow, 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 she goes, and it's the most
oh,
cute thing in the world. And her new thing is she does it even if she sees a photo of herself or if she looks in the mirror or something, but she definitely do it to you. I'll have to film her doing it. She just looks at everyone and goes, "Hiya, hiya,"
oh,
and it's just cute. She does it like 15,000 times a day, and it's just as cute every single time she does it. But
she's adorable.
she is, yeah, she's very cute. She's just suddenly a bit like I said about Elliot, but obviously in a different stage. She's just suddenly in the last month turned into a child.
Well, she's gone that transition from baby to toddler, isn't
It
she?
really
More
is.
interactive, more, and I think like what you were saying earlier about how all the different stages they've got their pros and cons. But I think definitely when they come out of that baby stage and they're stepping into that toddler, they are so much more fun.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, which is what I'm probably finding a little bit overstimulating and where I find a bit more stress.
Yeah.
But I also love it so much and Jamie's a lot more confident with her being able to like go out and do things. Obviously, she's not completely reliant on me anymore when it comes to milk and things like that because she's eating and all of that different stuff. So it's a lot more shared and we've come into our own with it. I don't think either of us stress as much anymore about I don't think I did that much anyway, to be honest. But I don't think we're stressing that much about like what how to parent, we're just doing it,
Yeah.
which yeah, she's the best. Yeah. But yeah, so basically we should do series more often because this is ridiculous.
Wow. has been a busy 18 months.
Oh my God, it really has. Both of our lives look just completely different.
Say this every time though.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, I just met Jamie. And you just got engaged.
Oh, it was 2 years the other day, wasn't it?
It was, because I remember being fuming with you because you got engaged on mine and my ex's anniversary about a week after we split up. I was like, you absolute taking the
It wasn't
piss.
my fault, was it? Ben should have fucking
To
pulled
be
the
fair,
cigarette out
to be
earlier.
fair, it weren't really Ben's fault either.
No, that was funny though. He did try multiple times and I didn't know.
Yeah, he did. But
Bless him. Well, we got there in the end.
anyway, through the series, we're gonna take you through lots of different things in a bit more detail, and we'll go through labour and stuff once Jem has, and we'll talk about all three of our labours, I would say, and loads of different things. We'll talk through house moves, weddings. It will probably be a very egocentric series, just about us. Enjoy!
Oh, it's going to be fun. Buckle in, baby.
Well, we'll be back for another episode soon. I won't say next week because I don't know how frequent they'll be, but we'll be back at some point.
See you when we see you.
Absolutely.
Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It is very exciting. I cannot wait to get sorted. And yeah, we're both going to be married women. Well, you're going to have been married for ages by that point, but it's going to be really old news for you by the time I get married.
Oh, no.
You'll be like on your 4th or 5th wedding anniversary. What year did you get married? 2024? You'll be
Last year, yeah.
4th wedding anniversary.
Cute.
Very cute.
Oh, 4th wedding anniversary, 2 kids.
Imagine. I might have another one by then, hopefully.
You definitely will. Maybe 2.
No. Let's
Never
not
know.
put that into the universe. I'll have one more child. Please and thank you.
Twins.
Oh, all I'm ordering.
That's all I'm ordering. Thanks. Go to the Gemma School of Manifestation. You'll have whatever you want.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. We will be doing other episodes, but it might be a little while, depending on when this one gives birth, because we're not recording anymore today.
No.
And obviously, when she gives birth, I'm not going to immediately make her come and record, so it might then be a little while as well.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Good working environment. I'd be a good boss.
I mean, I couldn't ask for a better boss, to be honest.
No, but within 2 weeks, I will expect you back here. I'm joking. It might be like a 2-episode series, and then we'll start.
Yeah, that'll be it, and then we'll reconvene after Lauren's got married when she's got her triplets in tow. No, it's good. It's good. We love it.
Yeah, we'll be back at some point. We've enjoyed this. It's fun. We just get to catch up and also talk to you, and hopefully you enjoy our ramblings.
We get to chat shit, and
You do.
if you're here for it, if you like it, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Actually, goodbye though. Bye.